8 months ago, I didn't know anything about trading. I said to my wife, take that first investment and burn it all. I feel great. I feel that I have learned things that I wouldn't have learned on my own.
This is Diego. He's been with me in FinTrade Master Academy for about 7 months now. Had some great results, and we're going to explore those results today. So first and foremost, I'm going to let Diego introduce himself. So Diego, introduce yourself.
Well, I'm an engineer. 8 months ago, I didn't know anything about trading. I think that I doesn't even know trading. And one day my wife told me, hey, here's the thing that you can click buttons and make money. And I say, well, let's try it. And then we knew you, and now you're here.
Yeah. And for people that don't know, what is your first language?
Spanish.
And where are you from originally?
I'm from Colombia. I live in Medellin, Colombia.
Awesome, cool. So you got involved into an English program that obviously always spoke in English, and you became successful.
Yeah.
Without any issues.
Yeah. No issues with that.
Okay. So what would you say to somebody that's looking at this that does speak English fluently and they think it's going to be hard and challenging? What would you say to them?
I think that you have to take risks. And for me, it hasn't been challenging at all for the language. It hasn't been challenging for other things, but not for the language.
Okay. So essentially what you're saying is if you can become successful and you don't even speak perfect English yet,
yeah,
anyone can be successful in this.
Of course. 100%.
Pretty easy stuff, right?
Yeah.
Cool, man. So I guess let's kind of walk through your trading journey. So earlier you said that you've never traded a day in your life before.
Yeah.
And you're currently an engineer right now, right?
Yeah.
What was the main reason that you wanted to get into trading?
Well, because I'm always curious to know things that are unknown for me, and this one was one of those. I want to increase my savings, and I was kind of tired that my savings grow like 10% a year, and I already know that there are other ways to make it grow faster than that.
Okay. And then being in here, what's the most you've made in 1 month?
My best month, I think, was 40%.
Yeah, so that's a lot better than 10, right?
Yeah, in 1 month.
And then before you actually took the step forward to join FinTrade and start trading and start this new venture, what was kind of going through your mind? Like, what were you thinking? What were you feeling? Were you nervous, not nervous?
You want the truth?
Of course, nothing but the truth.
I said to my wife, well, let's take that first investment and burn it all, because I don't know if it's gonna work. The statistics of trading are pretty hard. Like, I don't know, 95%, 90% of the people fail on trading. So I told her, well, it's a hard risk, but it's a high value hope too. So let's wait and see.
Yeah. Okay. and now that you've took that risk, like you took the step forward, you've had good months, you're doing well now. How do you feel 7 months later?
Well, I feel like it's not as easy as you think at the beginning, because the easiest thing is to know when to trade, how to trade. As you say a lot of times, trading is just clicking buttons, getting in, getting out, and that's it. But the hardest thing is find things about you that you doesn't even know. So for me, that's the hardest thing, and I think I'm doing it pretty well, because now I feel like I like overcoming it.
And when you say finding things about yourself, what do you mean by that?
Well, I doesn't even know I was scary about things. You know, I didn't know that the scared, for example, drive some of my decisions in my life. And in trading, I have to face that because I feel like when the candle is going up, I say, oh my God, I'm gonna fail. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose. And then it passes, you win, and and you say, well, I was afraid of nothing because that's part of the game. You have to learn that is part of the game.
And then now that you're on that journey and you're starting to overcome things and starting to overcome that journey that you're explaining, where do you see yourself now from 7 months ago when you first started trading? Because obviously, like you said, you never traded a day in your life before. And now you're talking as if you've been trading for years. So that's a really, really good improvement there. So I guess for you, now reflecting back on that entire journey and obviously still working on certain things to become better at trading, how do you feel about the whole session, the whole thing, the whole 7 months with FinTrade?
Well, I feel great. I feel that I have learned things that I wouldn't have learned on my own, just watching videos on YouTube. And so the company or the accessory that I have found on FinTrade have been incredible, because you and your team just tell me in every part that I have been broken, how to overcome that, how to pass that. And now I feel that there is a way to trade. There is a profitable way to trade.
Yeah, and I mean, being profitable is a lot more than just clicking buttons, as we've already discussed, right? And for you to become, or when you are a profitable trader, basically, what was the biggest challenge that? This is a good question. This is the question. Coming into it, right? Not knowing what it is or anything. Obviously, now you're profitable, you know what it is, et cetera, et cetera. But coming into it, what did you think would be the hardest thing to do learning trading? And now actually going through the whole entire journey, what is actually the hardest thing?
Well, I think that we have to split that question in two parts.
Okay.
The first part would be, what's the symptom, and then what's the cause of that? Yeah. I think that the symptom is thinking that there's no way out, thinking that you're not gonna be good at any time at that. That you see red numbers on 1 month and you say, "Damn, I don't work for that." But the reality is to take care of things that you have to take care, that you actually have to manage and take care from yourself. Nobody can help you with that. You just have to see it and take care of it. That's it.
Okay. And then you say there's two parts to that.
Yeah, the second part is taking care of the symptoms and realizing that the real issue is your mindset, your decisions, the decisions that you make in front of the charts.
So it sounds like what you thought would be hard wasn't what you expected. So it sounds like what you thought was hard was more of the decisions that you do on the chart. So it sounds like basically learning trading was easy, basically.
Yeah.
But the hard part was yourself.
It was easier than I thought it was to be. I thought you actually, or in my case, I tried to overcomplicate it a lot of times, because you say sometimes, this is too easy. There's no way this is so easy. And you try to find things, you try to put indicators, and then my coaches say, no indicators. There's no need of that. And then you realize that it's only mindset. The trading is super easy. 3 things, master 1 thing, and that's it.
So then for everyone that's watching this that thinks differently, that says, oh no, trading is not easy, and they think it's very, very, very hard, I guess, what do you say to those people that are saying, oh, like, how can trading be so easy? Like, why do you think they're saying that trading's not easy?
I think that after knowing that, there's no way to say that it's not easy. Anyone can trade. Anyone.
Now, what would make somebody unsuccessful?
Itself. No, nothing else that he self or herself. Nothing else.
So basically,
It's the only thing that stops you from being successful in trading.
so basically, it's the person that gets in their own way. So trading, the strategy, clicking the buttons, easy, but then their mentality and their mindset is what gets them to quit or not quit or lose all their money or not lose all their money, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. And now that you are trading, you can basically trade on your own. You can do this, or you can do everything on your own now. What are you working towards? Like, what are your goals now with trading?
Now I'm trying to pass a prop firm. I double my demo account, and now I'm trying to pass a prop firm, a 50K prop firm. I'm about to pass the first step of a 50K prop firm.
Awesome. How long have you had it for?
1.5 months.
Awesome. Cool, man. Slow and steady wins the race. Now, why did you want to go the prop firm route versus using your own capital?
Because part of my mentality, because I was trading with my real capital, and I realized that I have to manage other things than trading. And I said, well, I don't want to risk my own money. I will try to with a prop firm. Once I can get a payment, I will put it on my real account and then try my real account again.
That is a good way to do it. Prop firms are designed to perfect your risk management, your mentality, your psychology, because one mistake, one error, one hiccup, you lose the prop firm, right? And so yeah, so what you're doing is correct. And I guess for you, like, how has been the coaching, the mentorship? How has all that been for you? Especially you speaking a different language, like you're not English. Like, how was that for you? I mean, anyone that can speak English, I'm sure they could do this really, really well. But for you, having English being your second language, how was the one-on-one coaching, the education, and everything else?
Well, I have never had problems with that. As everyone can notice, my English is not perfect, but I can understand what you're telling me, and I make sure that you understand what you are telling you, what I am telling you. So I haven't had any issues with that.
Okay.
Totally understand. You can do the videos. You can put closed caption on it. So I haven't had any issues with the language.
Awesome. Cool. And then I guess for you, from your part, like, how has the trading been? The live trading streams, us winning, losing, like, how has that whole experience been? Like, coming in, did you think we would win as much as we're winning or lose as much as we're losing? Like, what was your expectation of our live trading sessions?
Well, my expectation about the trading sessions, at the beginning, you always think that you have to win all of the trades, right? And it's shocking when you and your team fails you have the first fail. But at the overall, you always win more than you lose. So the only thing that keep you out of winning, it's yourself. I have been in some trades that my fear makes me get out on red numbers, and then the trade flips and everybody wins but me. I have been there. And the other side, I'm very sure about what I'm doing. I have my stop loss properly placed, and I just let it play. And people say, "Oh no, it's gonna fail," and they start to writing on the chat, "I'm out," and I'm hold that, and it ends on a win. So it had been amazing because you face that, or you can see that the things you're facing, everybody's facing it too.
Yeah. Okay. And then something that I always get asked, or people maybe not believe me, is how much more we win than we do lose. Obviously, we do have weeks that we lose. The date of this recording, this week was not a good week for us, really, at all. Like, we lost. I would say this was like the first week that we've lost in a while. But you being a part of this, seeing like us winning as much as we do, what would you say to the people that are coming in wanting to learn about this and don't really believe that we win as much as we do and actually do the 20% returns?
Well, I have it recorded on my journal, so I'm pretty sure about it. My winning rate is like 76% actually, and it's actually pretty good.
Do you know what the what's considered a good winning percentage in trading is?
I think that 55%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you're above average.
way above that average.
And you've never traded a day in your life before this.
I doesn't even know a chart.
Yeah, that's insane. That is very insane, because many people will come, because here's the thing. I've had people come to us who do trade and they don't decide to move forward because they have a big ego. And they say, oh, I win 60% of the time, or I win this, I win that. But I have yet to come across anybody that, one, has never traded before, two, 7 months later, have a, what do you say, 76? Or
Yeah.
76% win rate within 7 months, profitable, overcoming their own limitations. That right there is the biggest accomplishment, because what you just did is what traders who trade for years and years on end don't ever accomplish.
Well, if anytime anyone asks you if it's real, you can show my gold stats. My gold stats are over everything, 86% of gold.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's another thing too, is that you started to find your own specific edge as well, right? And that's very important too. That the thing is that people won't believe the results that we do if I say it, but they'll believe it if someone like yourself says it. Yeah. And what you're doing right now is what every trader basically really dreams of, is finding a system that works, sticking to it, becoming profitable, successful with it, and then making small tweaks and changes so it can fit their lifestyle. So my question leads to this is, how does that feel, knowing that there are traders out there that spend 3, 4, 5 years trading and trading and trading and never making any money, and you in 7 months are now doing this amazing thing? Like, how does that sit with you? How does that feel?
Well, the first, my respect for that people, because I wouldn't be able to hold that for 4 years, losing money, watching red numbers. At the first year, maybe I would say, screw that, that's not for me, and I quit.
Yeah.
Right. And the second thing, I'm proud of me, and I'm proud that I made a good decision on looking for a good mentor that have been walking with me through this path.
And one last question to kind of wrap it up. Let's say someone is seeing this video and they're speaking to somebody on my team to potentially join the family. Maybe they're scared. Yeah, let's say that they're scared. They may or may not believe our win rate, et cetera, but mainly they're scared to take that first step. That first step to get involved, take the trades, do the coaching, progress and grow. What would be your one message to that person to see how you can help them and have them become a part of the family?
Well, I think that the first step, it's a step of faith, to say it easy, because there is a lot of people that it's a scam on the internet, and smoke sellers, and
there's a lot of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that on the internet. So it's like a faith step, and then after you take that step, you have to be aware that it's not only up to your coach or to your mentor. It's mostly because of you that it will be good for both of you, right? You just have to stick to the plan, follow the plan, and wait for the results. Nothing else.
Gotcha. Okay. And then for those same people that are fearful to take that first step because they want more certainty, they want more security, they want to know what's the bad, the good, the ugly. So I guess for you, to tell them, what would you say would be some of the bad things that they could potentially experience a part of being fin trade?
Well, for me, the worst thing it's being through the break-even stage.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get because 1 week you're up 2K, next week you lose 3K, then you take 2 weeks to go again that 3K, and you are on the same place for days and weeks, and it goes and it's hard for me to. It was hard for me to go through that. I think that now I'm passing that step, but for me it was the hardest thing because in one point, after all the work that I have put on it, I say, man, this is just not working for me, and you think a lot of times on quit. For me, that's the hardest and the ugliest part of the trading thing.
Okay, so it sounded like, if I'm understanding, the hardest part of fin trade wasn't the coaching, the education, following the trades, taking the trades, learning how to trade and do all these other things. The hardest thing was a personal journey of yours of overcoming that break-even stage. So it sounds like the hardest thing that somebody could come in and experience is themselves.
100%. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then what's the best thing that they could experience? Like what's the best outcome that could happen here? Because it sounds like the worst outcome from your experience is they get frustrated at it being stuck at a certain point. But to your message, if they tune into coaching, they get the coaching, they get the help, they'll overcome it. So I guess what's like the best thing that they could experience within fin trade? It could be winning, it could be making money, it could be anything.
Same thing. Money, it's a result, but it's not you have to understand that it's not the final goal.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the ugliest thing is at the same time the best thing, because you know yourself in some areas that I'm pretty sure that just 5 or 10% of the people know. You face things on you that you didn't face before, and when you get to know that you can pass it, that you can see those same things on other parts of your life and go through that, for me that's the best part.
Awesome, cool. Now, one last question. Now that you're doing good, right? And you're going to pass your prop firm here shortly. What are your goals with trading for the next year? Like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to accomplish?
Okay, first of all, I want to pass the prop firm, and then put the earnings on my real account, get it to 50K, and trade 50K on my own. And with that, retire my wife from the work.
Retire your wife?
Yeah, for sure.
How much money do you need to make a month to retire your wife?
15,000.
15,000 a month. That is on a 50K account. Yeah, that's what that's $20,000 a month on 20%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's doable. So let's say you pass a prop firm, right? How many? I mean, it's a 50K account, right?
Yeah.
Which one are you doing? You're doing the alpha one?
Alpha.
Yeah. So then, 2-step or?
2 steps.
And you can risk 3%, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then, yeah, your payouts are probably looking like maybe like $2,000. So I guess how many payouts would you need to add to your live account to then get to a healthy start where you can actually grow to 50?
I think that it will happen into the next year.
Okay.
Stacking withdrawals of 5K monthly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
So then this time next year, if everything goes as planned as it should, you would be either close to or retiring your missus.
Yeah.
How do you think she's going to feel?
That's my goal.
How's she going to feel?
Well, as I have learned on trading, I don't have to feel anything. I just have to work for the result, and that's it.
That's the mindset. Now, one thing I am curious about, because, and this will be the last question, because again, I get questions as we keep talking. When you experience trading, you get to see a whole different world that you never saw before.
Yeah.
You see a whole new perspective. You see you see the potential of what can happen. And the sky's the limit with trading. You can grow your account. I remember you asking me this, like, why don't traders grow their account to millions of dollars if they have the ability to? And the reality is because they don't really need to. At $100,000 trading the way we trade, that's $40,000 a month. No matter where you live in the world, $40,000 a month is really, really, really good. That's like top 10% of the United States of America, right? In Colombia, forget it. You're like 0.01% of the population, right? But point I'm making, or the question I want to lead to is, before trading, obviously you have goals, ambitions, and desires to do. But was retiring your wife a goal that you had before trading, or did it become more? And if it was, did it become more possible with trading, or did it just start as you started to see the potential trading could give you? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. But it wasn't the first goal. The first goal was to make us billions of dollars. Now I know how does it work. Yeah. Now I know what is to see big numbers on the chart, on the P&L. Yeah. So it wasn't the first goal. The goal has been surging on the time because she's in love on that too, on the trading too. And we are seeing that it's possible to make it with discipline, and that it gives us a life that only 1% of the people in the world have.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to have you part of the family. Glad you're doing great, and let's keep going forward.
Thank you, my friend.